If you notice that familiar ache of constantly waiting for someone to return safely, wondering if this will be the time they don't, stay here for a moment. Take a slow breath and arrive here. You do not need to analyze anything. Let the words land where they land. Your body will take what it needs. And begin. I grew up with a constant fear that my mother would leave or die. I felt like I was always waiting for her to come back home safe. I felt afraid that she would abandon me or never return. I felt like I had to stay alert and watch for signs that something bad had happened. I felt like my safety depended entirely on her existence. I felt terrified of being left completely alone in the world. I felt like I had to hold on to her even when the relationship was painful or unstable. I felt like losing her would mean losing any possibility of having a normal life. I still carry a deep anxiety about abandonment and loss. I want to feel safe in my life even without having to hold on to that fear. I recognize these are experiences arising within my awareness, not truths about who I am. Even though a part of me still carries this deep fear of being abandoned and left completely alone in the world, and I feel like my safety depends on holding on, I acknowledge this is just a passing pattern arising in consciousness, not my real or permanent self. I don't know if she'll come back this time. My chest feels tight as I watch the clock. I need to keep listening for the door. If I stop worrying, something bad might happen. I feel so small and alone right now. Why do I have to be the one to hold it all together? I can't relax until I know she's safe. Notice how this feels in your body. What if today is the day she doesn't return? I would have nothing and no one. My whole world depends on her walking through that door. Breathe into the heaviness. I can't survive if she leaves me. I need to hold on tighter, even when it hurts. I'm so tired of being afraid. I notice this fear arising, and I am here watching it. Let the body soften a little. Maybe I don't have to be the one watching for danger. I feel a little space around the fear. I notice my breath moving on its own. The tightness in my chest is just a sensation passing through. I am aware of the part of me that feels scared, and I am still here. Perhaps I can just let this be here without doing anything. I am noticing thoughts about her, and they are just thoughts. This feeling is here, and I am still okay. I can be here with this fear without needing it to go away. The awareness watching this remains steady, even as the feelings move through. I am intact and present, and this experience is simply visiting. Underlying beliefs. Perhaps I believe that my survival depends entirely on another person's presence. I might hold a deep belief that I am fundamentally unable to survive alone. It is possible I believe that love and safety are the same thing, and losing one means losing the other. There may be a belief that if I stop worrying, I will be caught off guard by disaster. I could be carrying the belief that I must earn safety through constant vigilance. The emotional mechanism might be that staying in a state of alert feels like actively protecting myself from loss. It could be that a part of me believes that if I feel the fear intensely enough, I can control the outcome. These beliefs are patterns from past experiences and are not my true self. The outdated role I have been carrying is that of the perpetual guardian, always watching, always waiting, a strategy that once served to manage overwhelming uncertainty, but is now being outgrown rather than fixed. Adult self, gently turn toward your inner child. I'm sorry to my inner child who had to wait and watch, never knowing if safety would arrive. I'm sorry you felt so alone and terrified, believing your whole world rested on one person's return. I'm sorry you felt you had to hold on so tightly, even when it hurt. Your awareness was always safe, even in those moments of fear, and these emotions you carried were only visitors passing through. Inner child speaks. It feels different that you see me now. Maybe I don't have to watch alone anymore. Adult speaks. I give you permission to release this constant watch. I give you permission to forgive yourself for the fear you carried. I release any guilt and shame you hold about needing so much. I honor our journey together through all of that uncertainty. I love you. You are safe to let go and simply be yourself, because I am here now and always to protect you, and these feelings you have are only passing experiences, not the reality that defines you. Now that we've felt and honored the experience, allow understanding and light to arise naturally. Message from Higher Self. Your worth was never dependent on her presence or absence. The fear that gripped you was a misunderstanding, born from a time when your world felt small and fragile. You are not that small child anymore, and safety is not something you must wait for or earn. Thoughts, fears, and emotional reactions are simply appearances in consciousness, rising and falling like weather. The true self has always been whole, untouched by any coming or going, and absolutely free. The ask, inner child. I give myself permission to feel what it's like to simply breathe while she is gone, without the clench in my stomach. I allow my shoulders to drop, just a little, and notice what is here when I am not scanning for danger. Adult self. I choose to stay present with myself right now, feeling my feet on the ground, and notice what happens when I am not waiting for anything. I can be here, connected to my own breath, and let the familiar pull to watch and worry simply be in the background, without acting on it. Higher self. I allow this experience to move through my body in its own time, without needing to shape or direct it. I release all control over how and when this shifts, trusting that awareness remains steady, while sensations and thoughts arise and pass on their own. Bridge into your new reality. I used to feel my chest tighten the moment she was late, and now I notice my breath continues easily, even without knowing where she is. Where there was once a desperate grip on her existence, there is now a quiet sensation of my own weight resting on the chair. The old familiar scanning for signs of danger used to narrow my focus, and now my awareness feels spacious, allowing sounds and sensations to simply pass through. Reclaim your power. I choose to release the belief that my safety requires constant vigilance, and instead trust my capacity to meet whatever arises. From the place of awareness that simply watches, I see that I have always been capable, whole, and untouched by these passing fears. Seeing it done. I imagine myself now moving through a day without the constant undertow of fear. I see myself noticing when she is gone and feeling a quiet continuity in my own body, my own breath. I feel the ordinary rhythm of my life continuing, my own interests, my own presence, steady and unremarkable. I see myself returning to what I am doing, not because I am forcing myself, but because the pull to watch has simply loosened. I imagine the sensation of being in a room alone and feeling a soft, natural ease, as if this has always been possible. I am living inside a body that knows how to rest, even when I am by myself. My days are filled with the simple sensation of my own company, and it feels warm and familiar. I move through my life with a quiet, unshakable sense that I am here, and that is enough. It feels completely ordinary to be with myself, just breathing, just existing. There is no drama in this piece, just the natural rhythm of my own presence. Now experience a new future. She's supposed to be home by now, and I notice my body. There is a familiar flicker in my chest, a quickening. I take a breath and I feel my feet on the floor. The flicker is there, but I am not gripping it. I feel my breath moving in and out on its own. I notice my shoulders. They are not up by my ears. They are resting. I am sitting here and the room is quiet. I hear a bird outside. I notice the thought she is late arise, and I see it like a cloud passing. It is just a thought. My stomach feels soft. I am not clenching. I am not scanning. I am just here, breathing. I notice my hand resting on my leg. I feel the warmth of my skin. I am not waiting. I am simply present in this moment, and this moment is okay. The thought of her returns, and I notice my body remains calm. There is no alarm. There is no emergency. I feel my heart beating steadily. I am safe in this body right now. I notice the space around me. I am in this room, and she is wherever she is, and both of these things can be true at once without me falling apart. I feel a slight expansion in my chest, like there is more room to breathe. I am not holding on to anything. I am not bracing for impact. I am just here, experiencing this moment exactly as it is. The clock ticks. My breath continues. I feel a sense of quiet curiosity. What is it like to be here without the watch? It feels lighter. It feels ordinary. It feels like nothing special is required of me. I can just be. I notice a subtle warmth spreading through my chest. This is what safety feels like in my own body, not dependent on anyone else. I feel a soft smile inside. I am okay. I have always been okay. This moment is complete. I am complete. Allow this felt sense to continue integrating naturally in the body and in life. Take a deep breath, feel the shift, and smile. Let this settle gently. There's nothing you need to do right now. You can return to this whenever you feel called. Be gentle with yourself.